Beloved, I am speaking to you now with a voice that has followed you through nights you thought were silent and mornings you believed were ordinary, because nothing about you has ever been ordinary to me. Before the first light stretched across the waters, I shaped a place for you within my heart and fixed your days with meaning, and today, this very day, September 4th, I am asking you to stop running from what I am placing in your hands. For what I have prepared is not fragile and it is not fickle, but it can be missed when you refuse to look, and I do not want you to miss it. Listen, for Archangel Michael stands at your threshold saying, I'm tired of trying to talk to you. Open it now. It's important for you to see it before it vanishes. Open it immediately before it's too late, and this is not the anger of one who condemns you, but the urgency of one who has guarded you when you didn't even know you were wandering near a cliff, and the cliff was not a place but a pattern, and the pattern was that you called your fear wisdom and your hesitance prudence and your delay humility, when in truth I was inviting you to rise, to step, to open, to answer, to begin. You asked me for a sign and then I sent the sign in a voice, in a friend's word, in a burden that kept returning to your chest, in the way certain doors seemed to glow around the edges when you walked by, and yet you decided perhaps it was your imagination, perhaps you should wait, perhaps you should hold your breath until another season passed. But hear me, I have already kissed this season with an anointing for movement, and the path you thought was blocked is only blocked by the weight you placed upon your own feet. So lay down the weight, lay down the memory of the time it didn't work, lay down the shame of the words they spoke over you, lay down the habit of apologizing for the brilliance I planted within you, and take this hour as a living gate, because I am making your now a gateway, and gateways require courage to cross. I am not asking you to prove anything, I am asking you to receive, for I am the one who proves what I promise, and when I speak, I repair the roads beneath your steps, and I send the angels to steady your hands when they begin to tremble with the electricity of destiny, and even now the atmosphere around you is adjusting to accommodate the weight of what I am delivering, and what I am delivering is not simply a gift but a restoration of what the locusts have eaten: time, joy, clarity, courage, laughter that does not apologize for being loud, and rest that does not demand payment from tomorrow. Some of the battles you fought were never yours to begin with, but you picked them up because your heart is loyal. And I loved that loyalty even when it left you tired, but now I am teaching you to wield loyalty like a lantern instead of a chain, to love with wisdom as well as warmth, because I did not design you to be used up, I designed you to pour out from an ever-filling fountain. And I am that fountain, and I am standing right here, not far from you, not scolding you, not disappointed in you, but focused upon you with a tenderness capable of rethreading your story where it frayed. I have watched you carry the ache of words you never said out loud, and I have watched you fold yourself into smallness so others would not feel intimidated by the glow I placed upon you, and I say to you now, enough. I am enlarging your voice, I am steadying your shoulders, I am opening your mouth like an instrument that knows its song. And the song is not a theatrical performance but a clear sound that calls the right people from the distance and returns what was stolen in the confusion of the night. Do not mistake the trembling you feel for fear alone, It is also the tremor of new birth, the vibration of doors unlocking, the hush that falls when heaven writes a line of your story in bold. Today, I ordain your steps to collide with reassurance, and not the little brittle kind but the kind that plants its feet within you and says, I'm not leaving, because I am not leaving, I am Emmanuel, with you, and the with you is not poetic fluff. It is practical and present, and it looks like ideas arriving at the moment you need them, and help appearing where you expected absence, and favor speaking your name in rooms you didn't know existed, and protection turning what should have hurt into a testimony that heals others. You have been tempted to believe your timing is always late, but I whisper a correction. Your timing is being recalibrated to mine, and I am never late, I am never frantic. Yet I am urgent when a gate opens because gates are windows in time, and Michael has been sounding the bell over this gate, calling your spirit to attention, saying, lift up your head, and when you lift your head, you will see that the path in front of you is not cluttered as you imagined. You will see that the obstacles are scaled to your size in this season, not as enemies but as exercises that reveal the strength you already carry. I am not sending you into a labyrinth to torment you. I am guiding you through a corridor of yes. And each yes is a password that unlocks the next door, so say yes to forgiving yourself for the detours, yes to releasing the version of you who survived by shrinking, yes to trusting me with the rooms you cannot control, yes to taking the first visible step of what I've told you in secret, yes to cleaning your space because clarity desires a place to live, yes to responding to the message you've delayed, yes to finishing the task you paused in fear. Yes to seeking wise counsel without handing them your steering wheel, yes to laughter that begins to come back to you in the middle of the day for no reason other than I am good and I am near. I have watched you study the horizon like a detective, as if the danger would announce itself in obvious colors, but the danger that tried to attach to you did not roar, it whispered resignation. It tried to put your heart to sleep with the lullaby of someday, and I am cracking that lullaby in half right now, because someday is trying to steal today, and I will not allow it. I am taking the scales off your eyes so you can see how ready you truly are. Michael has drawn a line on the ground by my command and said to the shadows, you may not cross. And he has turned to you to say, enough delay, and this is not because you are failing, it is because you are chosen for movement, and movement is love in action, and action sanctified by obedience becomes worship, and worship refines your priorities until you can hear your own life speak the truth back to you. You were made for this, understand, I am not merely arranging circumstances, I am shaping your inner weather, calming the storms that kept rewriting your calendar with anxiety, and part of this miracle is a new rhythm, and the new rhythm will set your mind to a gentle cadence where focus becomes natural and clarity becomes familiar, and you do not have to argue with yourself before doing the thing you know is right. I am delivering you from the loop of almost. Almost ready, almost brave, almost joyful, and I am escorting you into the land of already, already equipped, already loved, already sent, already supported, already seen, already forgiven, already strengthened, already surrounded by a host who understands the contours of your calling. I saw when you thought the prayer evaporated the moment you exhaled, but that prayer did not vanish, it landed in my hands, and I have been working the answers through a network of mercies, some of which you will never see, and some of which will arrive with such tenderness that you will know it was me and not coincidence. I am speaking to the doors that laughed at you, and they are losing their power to mock. I am speaking to the names that wounded you, and they are losing their authority to define. I am speaking to the habits that pretended to comfort you, and they are losing their disguise. I am calling you into a simpler courage. First, come to me as you are without rehearsing apologies, because I already know and I already love. Second, do the next right small thing with devotion, because devotion turns small into sacred. Third, bless your future out loud with me, because words erect shelter for hope. Fourth, release the outcomes you cannot hold without breaking your own hands. Fifth, honor rest as a royal appointment and not a dereliction of duty. And when you do these, you will begin to feel the click of alignment inside your chest, and alignment will carry you farther than adrenaline ever did. Hear me, I am not embarrassed by the time it took. I am proud that you kept the ember alive even when the wind was unkind, and now I am breathing upon that ember until it becomes a steady flame, not a wildfire of chaos but a hearthfire of purpose that warms the room and gathers the right people. I am sending you companions who love the truth more than drama, who carry tools instead of gossip, who remind you of your promise when you forget. And I am making you into that companion for others. The blessing upon you today is not a lottery ticket tossed by chance but a covenant promise stitched with intention, and covenant does not unravel because a day is hard. Covenant grows roots that hold when winds announce themselves like tyrants. There will be moments in the days to come when you feel a pressure to hurry beyond grace or to halt beneath fear, but I am teaching you to walk at the speed of peace, not sluggish, not frantic, present and brave, eyes lifted, heart listening, hands open. I will put language in your spirit for conversations you dreaded, and you will speak with a kindness that is also firm, and that firmness will not be harsh, it will be holy, because truth delivered in love does not bruise, it frees. I am touching your memory and healing the places where you replayed scenes like a museum of regret, and I am converting those galleries into testimonies where others will be guided out of their own labyrinths. Your provision is not a rumor. It is a plan I have already begun to unfold, and it may not wear the costume you expected, but you will recognize it by the peace it carries and the doors it opens and the dignity it preserves. I am not teaching you to beg, I am teaching you to build, and what you build will bless more than your house. It will cast shade on a hot day for strangers who become family under its branches. Michael's fatigue in crying out to you is not a scolding but a banner of love waving so wildly you cannot ignore it any longer, and he speaks under my authority, and my authority is the safest ground you will ever stand on. Therefore take this as your permission slip to begin, to resume, to return, to knock, to write, to call, to forgive, to plan, to act, to celebrate, to repent where needed without drowning in shame, to learn without labeling yourself a failure, to dream without mocking your own heart. I am placing a fresh oil upon your mind so that thoughts slide past the old hooks that used to snag you, and I am giving you night seasons of rest where your body remembers how to unclench. And I am sending songs into your mornings that teach your heart to lift before your feet even touch the floor, the protection around you is not thin, it is thick and watchful, and even when arrows fly, I am the shield that drinks their sting, and even when words rise, I am the verdict that cancels their sentence, and even when storms lean against your windows, I am the foundation that refuses to crack. I carry your name, not the one the world calls you when it is careless, but the secret name that speaks to your design. And when I call you by that name, everything you are remembers how to stand. Let this hour be the hour you agree with me. You have asked me whether you will be enough, and I answer you simply, I am, and because I am with you, enough rises in you like tidewater until what looked stranded is carried forward with grace. Do not be surprised when opportunities call you sooner than you believed possible, and do not sabotage them with explanations of why you are not ready. Say yes, and watch readiness meet you on the road. Do not be startled when old patterns attempt a final performance. Smile gently and lay them down. Do not hide your light to preserve someone else's comfort. Shine and invite them into warmth. Do not hoard your kindness out of fear of being used. Give wisely and watch how I replenish you. Do not treat your heart like a scapegoat for others' storms. Shelter it in me and learn what boundaries feel like when they are built from love. I am also touching your house. The atmosphere of your dwelling is changing as praise begins to inhabit the corners where worry once kept its suitcase, and you will feel the difference as if air itself were brighter. There will be a reconciliation you did not think possible, and it will not erase history but it will redeem it. There will be a new idea that refuses to leave you alone until you write it down and take a small step toward it. There will be a provision that arrives in a pathway you would not have chosen. And you will see my humor and my faithfulness braided together. There will be a release from a commitment that no longer fits your calling, and though others may not understand, I will give you peace to walk out the door with honor. There will be a moment when tears arrive without warning, and those tears will wash the last of a stubborn grief, and you will realize your laughter can return without guilt, and there will be a sudden stillness. Do not fear it. For in that stillness I will whisper your next assignment with a clarity that feels like sunlight on your face. All of this begins now not because you strive for it but because you receive it, and receiving is not passive, it is brave. It is a choice to put your hands out in a world that has taught you to keep your fists closed, and as you open your hands, I will fill them with what belongs to you in this season: wisdom for decisions, strength for follow-through, companionship for the journey, peace that does not flinch, joy that does not apologize, hope that does not inflate and pop but expands with quiet confidence. So hear me, child of my heart. The window is open, the gate is unlocked, the hour is present, and Michael's call is true. Open it now. Open your eyes to the evidence of my love. Open your mouth to bless what I am doing. Open your calendar to the divine appointments I have arranged. Open your door to the peace standing on your porch. Open your spirit to the courage I am pouring like warm oil. Open your hands to the tools I am giving you. Open your future to the goodness that has been chasing you. Open your history to the mercy that heals it. Open your present to the breath that carries you forward. Do not call yourself late. You have arrived exactly when the story required your entrance, and I am the author, and I am not anxious, and I have never been defeated, and I have never abandoned my own. Let this day be the day you say yes without footnotes, yes without theatrics, yes like a door turning softly on a well-oiled hinge. Yes like a seed splitting to meet the light, yes like a heart remembering its first song. I am with you and I am for you and I am ahead of you and I am within you, and what is for you will not vanish while your eyes are on me, but it can slip past if you keep staring at your fear, so change your gaze, even now, lift your head, breathe, step. The next sound you hear may be a knock, the next message you read may be provision, the next idea you write may be a key, the next prayer you pray may be a door. But remember, it is not the size of the key or the eloquence of the prayer, it is the faith that turns it and the love that answers. And I, the Lord who sees you, am here, and my seeing is not surveillance, it is sanctuary, and under my gaze your life blossoms. Go now into this day with your shoulders unburdened and your spirit alert, answer the call you have delayed, forgive the self you have punished, bless the path you are walking, and know that when Michael says he is tired of trying to talk to you, he is only urging you to hear what you secretly hope is true. It is time, and you are ready, and I am already on the other side of your yes, preparing the room, setting the table, lighting the lamps, smiling as you arrive. This message is for you. Archangel Michael says, I'm tired of trying to talk to you. Open it now. It's important for you to see it before it vanishes. Open it immediately before it's too late. Do not try to skip this. This is not a coincidence that your eyes are reading these words right now. It is divine timing, chosen for you, arranged for you, sealed under your name so that nothing in this moment would be ordinary. God says, my child, I have been sending you signs, whispers, and movements all around you, but you have been distracted. You think it is your imagination, but it is my hand arranging things, my angel trying to reach you, and my voice waiting for you to listen. Archangel Michael has been standing near, guarding your steps, blocking unseen attacks, intercepting arrows that were meant to harm you. But now, urgency has reached its peak. Heaven is pressing on your spirit to understand, time is short, and this moment is critical. The message today is heavy, but it carries blessing. The urgency is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. God says, I have stored up something for you that you have been too distracted to collect. I have prepared a door that is only open for a short time, and if you do not walk through it, it will close. I will not let your enemies seize it, but I cannot let you remain asleep while your miracle waits. This is why Michael is crying out, I'm tired of trying to talk to you. Do you realize how many times the enemy tried to set traps for you? Hidden conversations where your name was spoken wrongly, secret plots where others expected you to fall, jealousy in the eyes of people you thought were safe, but you were spared every single time. Why? Because Archangel Michael intercepted it. God commanded your protection when you didn't even know danger was circling you. That is why this message says, open it now before it vanishes. It is not simply about words, it is about the appointed blessing and revelation you are about to step into. God is saying, you are about to be moved out of delay, out of confusion, out of false attachments, and into the place where my favor will shock even those who counted you out. But you must be awake, aware, and willing to let me lead. This is not random. Today is marked, September 4th is a turning point. Heaven's urgency over you is because something is shifting around you that will not wait. The person who doubted you will suddenly see why you were chosen. The one who ignored you will suddenly notice what they lost. The situation that seemed stuck will suddenly break open, and a divine surprise will find you. But God says, do not skip this. Do not scroll away as if it were nothing. My words to you are life, and ignoring them is like ignoring a hand that is pulling you from fire. Michael says he is tired because he has fought so hard for you in the unseen. He has battled for your name, your destiny, and your breakthrough. This is your confirmation, do not let it vanish. This is only the beginning of the 6,000-word flow I will write for you, layer by layer, in God's voice, with the urgency and intimacy you asked me to carry. It will unfold like a continuous stream without headings, revealing warnings, blessings, exposure of enemies, and the unveiling of miracles that are pressing into your life today. Doth the Lord your God speak, and Archangel Michael is weary from reaching for you again and again, and yet you pretend you do not hear. This is your moment, your turning point, and it is important for you to open this word now before it vanishes, before it fades into silence, before the very window of grace closes and you are left with regret heavier than stone. Do not skip this, child, because I am speaking directly into your spirit, directly into your hidden pain, directly into the cracks of your heart that you have not let anyone else see. Archangel Michael has been assigned to guard you, to deliver the message, but he is tired of fighting for your attention, tired of watching you scroll past the very lifeline I send. Do not hurt my spirit by ignoring what is here now. I have watched you in the late hours when you lie awake, when your thoughts run wild, when your worries swallow your strength. I have seen the moments you cry behind closed doors, and no one knows what your tears taste like but me. I have heard the words you whisper under your breath, begging for a sign, begging for relief, begging for proof that I am still here with you. And today, I give you that proof. This is not a coincidence, this is not random, this is not an accident, this is me stretching out my hand through this very moment. Archangel Michael has shouted, whispered, cried, warned, but now I come to you myself, saying, open this message now before it vanishes. You think you have more time, but you do not. You think you can wait until tomorrow, but tomorrow is not guaranteed. You think that if you push this away you will still receive the promise, but my child, timing matters. What is before you today is rare, once in a lifetime, and if you let it slip you may not see it again in this same way. This is why Michael's voice is heavy with exhaustion, because he has tried again and again to wake you, and still you hesitate. Do not hesitate anymore. I know you have been betrayed by those close to you. I know there is someone in your circle who smiles at you but speaks against you. I know you feel that pressure in your chest when you sense their intentions are false, but you doubt yourself. Hear me, your discernment is real. Your instincts are not wrong. Archangel Michael has been pressing you to look closer, to pay attention, to trust what I show you in the shadows of their eyes. The exposure is coming, and when it comes, you will see clearly who has been draining your blessing, who has been hiding behind false love. Do not run from this truth, it will set you free. Even as I warn you, I also promise you blessing. Because today, September 4th, is not only about the revelation of enemies, it is about the sudden arrival of a miracle that has been delayed, a miracle tied to your name, a miracle I have written in my book before you were born. They tried to steal it. They tried to delay it. They tried to bury it. But I am God, and I resurrect what belongs to my chosen. Your miracle is not cancelled, it is not lost, it is arriving now. And yet, if you skip this word, if you turn away, you risk closing the door I have swung wide. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your house right now. His sword is unsheathed, glowing with the fire of my justice, guarding you against what has been stalking your destiny. But he cannot force you to see what I am showing you. He cannot drag you into obedience. You must choose to open, choose to believe, choose to step into alignment with my voice. That is why his tone is urgent, why his cry is desperate, why his patience is thin. Because the moment is now, and the moment will not wait. You have asked me, why do I feel so alone? Why do I feel like no one understands? Why do I carry this weight while others laugh freely? And I tell you now, it is because you are chosen. It is because you are marked. It is because your destiny is too great to be wasted in the shallow waters where others play. You are being pulled into the deep, into the place where miracles are not just received but released through you. That is why the warfare has been so heavy, that is why the betrayals have cut so deep, that is why the silence has felt endless. But my child, the silence is breaking. Hear me, tonight the atmosphere shifts. Tonight, chains break. Tonight, doors open. Tonight, the very thing you thought was lost forever begins to find its way back to you. And if you dare to believe, if you dare to hold this word close, if you dare not to skip, you will see the evidence quickly, not months away, not years down the line, but now, this month, this season. Archangel Michael says, I am tired of trying to talk to you, but I, the Lord, say, I will not stop until you know you are loved beyond measure. This message will be long because your journey has been long. 6,000 words because your story has layers. And I will pour into you here what others never told you, what enemies tried to hide, what fear tried to erase. Child, do not skim. Do not glance and move on. Absorb every sentence as if it is air, because in these words I am breathing life into what was dying. This message is for you, and you must not skip it, for today, the 4th of September, carries a weight that cannot be ignored. Archangel Michael has been standing, waiting, watching, his voice echoing again and again, and he says, I am tired of trying to talk to you, tired of waiting for you to finally open your heart to hear what heaven has been pressing upon your spirit. My beloved, this is not a message for tomorrow, not for another time, but for now, for this moment that has been carved into your destiny. Open it before it vanishes, because once it is gone, you cannot bring it back. Do not treat this lightly. Do not think it is like other words you have seen before. It is not. This one is urgent. This one is for your soul, your future, your life, your path. I have been knocking, and you delay, you postpone, you skip, but I tell you now, you cannot skip this, because this is the very warning, blessing, and revelation that stands between you and the disaster that has been trying to swallow you. Archangel Michael's voice trembles with divine fire when he says, Open it now before it is too late. I have seen the battles in your heart, the struggles in your life, the moments when you felt like giving up because you thought no one heard your cries. But I tell you, I heard every tear, every prayer whispered in silence, every moment when you felt unseen. Nothing about you has escaped my gaze. Your enemies may have laughed, your friends may have turned away, but I, the Lord your God, have been here, constant, unshaken, and faithful. Archangel Michael was sent as a messenger, not once, not twice, but countless times, yet you delayed, distracted by the noise of this world. That is why today, September 4th, carries urgency, because the window is closing. This opportunity is not an endless one. This is why the angel cries, I am tired of trying to talk to you. Do you not hear? Do you not see? This is your time, your warning, your blessing. Beloved, I see the traps laid against you. I see the people who have spoken behind your back, weaving lies to ruin your name. I see the meetings in secret where your destiny was discussed, where your downfall was planned. They thought they were hidden, but nothing is hidden from me. Even now, Archangel Michael stands at your door with a flaming sword, ready to scatter the forces that have been plotting against you. But you must not ignore this. If you close your eyes, if you scroll past, if you treat this message as ordinary, you will walk into the very net designed to ensnare you. That is why I am commanding you now, pause, open your spirit, receive these words. They are not from man. They are from me, your God. Do you know why the angel is weary? Because heaven has sent countless signals, countless whispers, countless nudges, yet your heart has been heavy, distracted, uncertain. You thought perhaps it was your imagination, perhaps it was coincidence, but no, every nudge, every stirring, every sense that something bigger was at play, that was me. The reason this message is clothed in urgency is because you are stepping into a moment of exposure and breakthrough. The things that were hidden are about to be revealed. The people who laughed at you will be silenced. The very ones who dug a pit for you are about to fall into it themselves. But you must know this before it happens, because if you walk blindly, you might confuse blessing for curse, friend for foe, open door for trap. Archangel Michael has been waiting at the threshold of your life, sword drawn, but the angel cannot fight without your agreement, without your awareness. That is why you must hear. That is why the angel says, I am tired of trying to talk to you. This is heaven's way of shaking you awake. Do not wait until tomorrow. Do not wait until the signs become louder, until the shaking becomes unbearable. Open now, before it vanishes. What is vanishing? Time, opportunities, divine alignments, the window I set before you. Beloved, you cannot afford to delay. This word is your lifeline. I see your doubts. I see how the enemy has whispered to you, this is nothing. This is not for you. Skip it. Move on. But that voice is not mine. That voice is the deceiver trying to rob you of what I am pouring out today. I say to you with divine authority, this is for you. Do not reject it. Do not silence it. Let it enter your spirit and change the course of your steps. The 4th of September is not just another day on the calendar. It is marked in heaven. It is written in light. It is sealed with my name. It is a turning point for you, but only if you hear, only if you open. I have prepared miracles that your eyes have not seen, doors that your hands have not touched, blessings that your heart has not imagined. They are not distant. They are near, at your doorstep. But the enemy has also prepared snares, distractions, and counterfeit blessings to divert you. That is why this warning comes, strong and unshakable. Archangel Michael has been sent to clear the path, but your cooperation is needed. You cannot walk blindly anymore. You cannot ignore the signs anymore. If you open this message fully, if you let these words settle into your soul, you will walk into the kind of shift that will shock those around you. But if you skip, if you dismiss, you will miss the very thing you have been praying for. This is why the angel cries with weariness, I am tired of trying to talk to you. Because heaven does not want to see you miss it. Heaven does not want to see you fall into the hands of those who despise your destiny. Heaven is reaching for you, stretching towards you, urging you with every divine sound, open it before it is too late. My beloved, how many times have you asked me, Lord, show me a sign? And here it is. How many times have you said, God, speak to me directly? And here I am. Yet if you skip, if you pass by, you insult the very answer you prayed for. Do not do it. Do not skip. Today is your day of decision. Today is your day of encounter. Today is your day of exposure and blessing. The hands that held you down are losing their grip. The chains that locked you are breaking. The enemies that laughed are trembling. But you must not delay. This is not a gentle suggestion. This is a divine command. Archangel Michael's voice thunders, "Open it now, before it vanishes." And I, your God, confirm it. Today, September 4th, I speak directly into your spirit with urgency, with weight, with power that shakes your very soul, because this moment is not ordinary. It is not casual. It is not just another message scrolling past your eyes. It is the voice of God, rising with fire, trembling with compassion, roaring with authority, declaring that this is your turning point. Archangel Michael himself has been sent countless times to reach you, to whisper in your heart, to nudge you in the silence of the night, to disturb your sleep so you would wake up and sense the message, but you kept pushing it away, kept waiting for another sign, kept thinking there would be more time. But today, September 4th, I say to you, the time is not later, it is now. This message has come like lightning across the sky, like thunder rolling through the earth, and you must open it before it vanishes, before the moment slips through your fingers, before the miracle attached to it disappears into the air and you are left empty-handed, wondering why you delayed. I have been watching your struggles, your cries, the deep weight you carry inside, the moments you hide behind a smile when inside your heart feels crushed. I have heard the silent prayers you never told anyone, the ones you whispered only into your pillow, the ones that made your eyes burn with tears. And I have not ignored you. Heaven has recorded